everybody, it's Diana with Stamping with Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel and this week's Teach Me Tuesdays, episode 251. And I'm going to be showing, it's a new stamp set, Lifelong Friends. It is so cute, and this is actually one of the sets that we're going to be playing with for my spring social. So while I had it on my desk, I thought, you know what? I need to ring this out and show you all what an adorable set this is. As soon as I saw it, I actually saw it at the $1 Million Trip, and it was hanging on the wall. They had parts of the new mini, just kind of laid out, just kind of like to look at it. And I just automatically saw this. I was like, oh my gosh, I need that set. So that's what I'm going to play with. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Diana, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm in Santan Valley, Arizona. So it's kind of cold here today. We had tiny little bit of rain yesterday. It has not rained here in months, so I hope we'll get some rain. So yeah, that's what's going on today. If you are new, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel, and that way you don't miss out when I upload a video or anything like that. During the live premiere, I'm usually in the chat room, so that's where I'll be, unless I set my video to go earlier like I did last week. That was craziness. Or if I'm at a doctor's appointment or I'm not able to, but usually I am in the chat room during the live premiere. So head on over there and you can chat with me and my friends. And as the girls did last week when I let my thing go and I didn't even know it was going, they were over there chattering a little bit. So anyway, so always head on over there. If you are watching the replay and you have a question or a comment, please leave it down below. YouTube will let me know, and then I can reach out to you. Okay, I think I am ready to get started. So close your eyes just for a second while I get my camera adjusted. Okay, this is the stamp set that we're going to be using today. And this is not the cutest little thing ever. Like I said, when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh. Usually I don't get the stamp sets generally that are like the back of people. But this one, I don't know. There was just something about these cutie patooties with their little back sides, their adorable hair, and the fun little flowers, the greetings. I just was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. So that's what we're going to play with today. And let's see, what else do we have? I'm also going to be doing some masking. And we have these new masks. These are the linked together masks. And you actually can put them together and then they make a really cool design when you use them together. But you can use them separately, of course, too. So I'm just going to use one of them. All right. So what I did earlier, just to save some time, I'm going to use these three little ones. And I stamped one on a Post-it note. So I just kind of stamped it up towards the top and let it dry, because it is Post-it note paper. It takes a little bit longer to dry, so let that dry. And then what I did was I cut it out. So I cut it out fairly close, like I cut it right on that line, because you don't want there to be like this ghost, because paper, has a thickness. No matter how thick it is, Post-its are skinny, but they still have a thickness to them. So I just, cut on the line, and then I'm just going to use this to mask. All right, so let's get my grid sheet. So I have a little grid sheet here, and this is what I'm going to stamp my girls on. So I am going to put a little bit of seal, and I'm just going to get some of the stickiness off of it, because I do want to be able to remove it. I don't want it to be glued permanently on there. All right, now I'm going to take my girls and I'm going to put them on here. All right, so I'm just visualizing where I'm going to put my girls. All right, so we're going to stamp our girls. And I'm just going to stamp them with the Memento because I am going to be coloring them with the blends. So I'm going to stamp them here. And I want their butts to kind of go off. Because I'm going to color like kind of down. All right, now let me bring this over. But aren't they so cute? Oh my gosh, this girl's hair. Oh, I love that. And I remember years ago, I went to a hairdresser. I mean, this is years and years ago. I don't even think we had Eric yet. And I went to a hairdresser. I was like, oh, do what you want. Oh my gosh, they cut my hair like that. It was really, really short. And oh, nothing grows out, takes longer to grow out than a bad haircut. Now, that is not a bad haircut on some people. But on me, holy moly, it was not good. All right, so now I'm just covering. Now, you can do this with vellum too. And then sometimes vellum's a little easier because you can see through it. But the Post-its stick a little bit. Now, usually I have the Post-its that are Post-it-y all the way to the bottom, you know, except for the really bottom, but I've run out of them, so this is just a regular Post-it. All right, but it doesn't matter so much because my mask is going to hold them down. So I'm just going to use this mask here. I just put some Post-it note tape on the edges, and that's going to help hold it down too. So I'm just going to put this on like this. And basically, I just want to put a background behind my girls so it's just not plain. Okay, now her head is not attached because I stamped where I stamped it. So I'm just going to pull that up there. That little thing got it now. All right, so I'm just going to be like really gentle when I'm masking. Now I'm going to use Balmy Blue. Even though the cardstock that I'm using has Pool Party, Balmy Blue shows up better on the computer, on the video. All right, so I'm just going to take my, let me move that light. Let's see if I can, see if that doesn't have the reflection as bad. All right, so I'm just going to take my blending brush, take a little bit off, and then I'm just going to come over here, and I'm just going to kind of hold, and we're going to blend around the girls. Now I cut in between them as well. I see a little something right here. Hold on a second. I got a little piece of something right here. A little tiny bit of my Post-it. All right, there we go. Probably nobody would even notice that. All right, so I'm just going around the girls. So it's going to be kind of a little darker around them, and then go a little lighter as it goes out to the edge. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift it a little bit. So if I need to add more, I can just drop it down. And I like how that looks. So can you see that? So I'm like, okay. And what it does is it kind of looks like they're looking almost through like chicken wire or a lattice, or they're at a garden. They're just looking. But it just puts a little something in the background so it's not just white. All right, so that looks super cute. And then we can start to color. So the trick is to cut on that line or even cut in the line so you can see If I get not too, there you go. Because see, now we have the little girls are looking out, you know, through that lattice or whatever. All right, so let me get my thing back here. All right. I'm trying to like move my light so you can see better. Okay, so let's bring our blends over. And I'm using quite a few blends today because we've got some cute little girls to color. Look at all these. Oh my gosh. All right. So let's do our shadow first. So I always like to shadow first before we even get any colors going. Now you won't notice the shadow as much on here because of the, I'm going to make my thing not be so bright. Because of that lattice or whatever that I put on there, but I'm still going to put a little bit of shadow. So I'm just going to take my light gray granite, and I'm actually going to take it off of here because I think you might be able to see it. So I just like spun it off of there. All right, so this might help my camera not be so bright. All right. So we're just going to take our light gray granite, and I'm going to put a little shadow around. So it looks like the girls pop off the page. And it's really hard for the camera to pick that up, but I'll pick it up when I'm done. All right, and then I also want to make this girl's shirt in the center. Her shirt's going to be white, but I don't want to not color it. So I'm just going to use my light gray, and I'm going to put a little bit here and there on that shirt. And then it just gives this shirt a little bit of color, so it's not colored at all. So let's see if that will. So see, you can see that shadow around there, and then you can see the little bit of shadowing on her t-shirt that's going to be white. And you can see I've been coloring. I have blends all over me. Okay, so let's do the girl's skin. Now, I'm going to take, where is my, so I have a lot of the tones out. All right, so I want my Flirty Flamingo. So I'm going to go light flirty. On the arms up near the t-shirts. Or like where the shadows would be. So that's light, flirty. And then I want to take my, where is my 5? Here we go. My 1,000. Now 1,000, the higher the number, the lighter. So I'm going to go 1,000. So this girl, because I didn't want my girls to have all the same color skin. You know, you've got this one that likes to go in the sun, or they're different nationalities or whatever. I just wanted them to all have kind of their own little skin color. Okay, and then I have dark petal for this girl. But that adding that little bit of flirty just kind of adds a little pinkness to the skin. So that's dark petal, and then I'll finish it with the light petal. Okay. And I'm going to take a little bit more of that pink, that flirty. Just add a little bit more up there where it got softened a little bit. Okay, that looks good. Then I want to do this girl, and she is going to be 5. So this girl is African American, or maybe you could make her be a little lighter and she could be Hispanic. It is totally up to you. I just didn't want them to be all the same skin tone. So this again is 5. So that's like the middle of the tones because they go 1 to 1,000. There's 5. And then I'm going to take 4 and just put a little bit. So like I did with the Flirty Flamingo, the Flirty Flamingo, I'm going to do the same thing with 4. And I'm just going to go up near the t-shirt line and just add a little bit. Because there would be that shadow line, right? From the t-shirt hanging over. And up here by her neckline, where her hair would go over to. All right. Cute, cute. All right. So now let's do the hair. So we have this girl's hair. I'm going to have it be 6 and 2. So we have 6. So I'm just going to kind of undercoat it with 6. And then I'm going to add some 2 to it. So there's going to be some darker colors in there as well. I'm just kind of squiggling along because the hair is really curly. But I want some of the light colors to show through as well. And then I'm going to get a little bit of 4 in there too. So her hair's got a whole bunch of different colors going on. All right, now the center girl, I'm going to have her be a blonde. So I'm just going to use my dark Daffodil Delight. Although blonde is probably not yellow necessarily, but that's what I'm using. But I'm also going to put some peach in there, so it'll have a couple different shades going on. So I'm going to take some peach. Okay. And in this girl, I'm going to do my 6 and 4, which is my favorite combination. So her hair is going to be 6 and 4. I love those colors together. And then just kind of put some lines and dots, just to add a little bit of texture there. Okay, so you can see how cute their hair is turning out. All right, so let's put some clothes on the girls, shall we? All right, so I'm going to start from my left to my right, I don't know why, because I'm right-handed. Doesn't really matter necessarily. But sometimes with my jewelry, you have to be careful, because sometimes you'll have like jewelry that will make a line or whatever. So, it is what it is, my darlings. All right, so I'm going to do a dark Highland heather for this girl's shirt. And just like the skin, I'm putting it dark up where things are like overlapping. And then I'm going to go dark freesia. So these are 2 different color markers, but they look cute together. And it helps you with those highs and lows. So they just blend really, really cute together. Okay. And then I'm going to take my dark Highland and I'm just going to put some lines. So I'm just going to put some lines like that. And that's just going to give a little texture to her shirt. Where the, maybe they're standing by a tree and the tree is also reflecting on them. All right, so this girl has a white t-shirt. Now this girl, I'm going to have her have a red t-shirt. And you know me, I like a pop of red on cards. So I'm just going to use Poppy Parade. And I'm doing the same thing. So I'm starting with my dark. Where the arm goes. And then it would be dark around the edge and where this arm overlaps there and around that edge. Okay, and then I'll just take my light poppy and color it in. So I'm just coloring it all in. And then what I'll do is I'll come over where those two lines meet, where you can see the dark, and I'm just going to rub in there and it will soften that line. You don't want to take it totally away, but it just softens it a little bit. All right, now let's put some jeans on the girls. Now I did make these two outer ones. They've got blue jeans on, but I put a skirt on this girl because, it doesn't have the pocket line or whatever. All right, so I didn't want to say butt crack, but hey, I just said butt crack. All right, so we're going to put jeans on these girls here. So I'm doing azure. Oh my gosh, I love azure, or azure, however you pronounce it. So we're going to put dark here and there, and then we'll blend these out. But it'll be dark around there. Okay, and then I'll just use the light and color the rest. So these kind of fade out, down to the bottom of the card. Because their legs go down. I know my friend Melissa's a photographer, and she's like, when you take pictures, you might get, take a picture of somebody and their head's not all in the picture. And she's like, but the head keeps going. So anyways, so we know their legs keep going. All right, so let's do her skirt. So I'm just going to go dark granny. And I'm just going to start my edges first where it will butt up against the other jeans. And then I'm just going to kind of make like this. So, then it just has so that there's the shape of her bum. All right. And then we'll do the dark lemon lime. We'll blend up into the granny. And then we'll do light. And then we'll just see how it blends as it soaks in if we need to do any more to that. Because sometimes I'll add more depending on, how those colors dry. Because you want to give it a second for it to dry. Okay, and then I'll take my granny and we'll go just all around the edge just to darken it a little bit. Okay, and then we can do the same thing as we did there. I'm just going to take my dark granny and I'm just going to do some lines. And that's just going to add a little bit of like fabric to our clothes. All right, so I think I colored everything. So let me make a big racket as I put these away. Get some room on my desk here. All right, now I do want to add, because this should be dry, I do want to take and add a little polka dots to my red t-shirt. So I'm just going to use my jelly pen, my white gel pen, and we're going to put some little polka dots. So I'm doing some big dots and then just some dots. Just so that they have, you know, her shirt's got a little something going on there. So I think that looks cute. And I'll put a little bit on their jeans. Maybe she has a little polka dot skirt on. And some little white dots in their hair. You know me and my gel pen. All right. So that looks pretty good. What do you think? Don't they look adorable? Don't you want to hang out with those girls? Go to Starbucks, go to a movie, go shopping. All right. Now let's bring my card over. Now my card, I'm doing just a regular size card. So this is Pool Party. And the DSP I'm using is the Floral Delight 12 by 12. So that's what this is. It's such a pretty paper. Okay, so we have our inside. So I'm going to show you two different versions of this card. So I'm doing this card, and then I did one earlier, and then you can say, oh, I like this one better, or this or that one better. Okay, so this is going to go on the inside of my Pool Party. And this is, like I said, it's just a regular card. Let's see. This is going to go on the inside. Okay, now I'm going to stamp on the inside of the card, and this says, here's to lifelong friends. Okay, and I can close my pad. It was just looking at me like, I'm going to get ink on your stuff if you don't close me. All right, so let's bring our pieces over. So I'm going to put the DSP. So this is Pool Party, even though I use Balmy, but the Balmy still looks good with it because it's kind of, you know, like the DSPs, they will say, oh, this goes with this color or that color. But sometimes it could be like a lighter version because now we have the two-tone paper. Have you seen the two-tone cardstock? It is so cool. It's like a lighter thickness, so you can use it for like your card layers, your scrapbooking. It's not really made for I wouldn't use it as a card base necessarily because it's thinner, but it's really cool because it's got one shade on one side and the other on the other, so it's just really fun. All right, now I'm going to put these girls on a piece of Pool Party. Oh, and I shouldn't have glued that on there. Uh-oh. Let's see. Am I going to go get this off of there? Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Just be really careful. I just need it to lift up a little bit. Okay, because I need to add my ribbon. All right. So I'm going to put my ribbon on the bottom. And with my glue dots. Come here, glue dots. So I'm just going to do a faux bow. Okay. So let's bring this back over here. There we go. I'm just going to wrap this around. Yeah, see, it would be easier if I did this before I put it on the card, but okay. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to put the girls on up here with dimensionals. Okay, so these girls are up here. To pull this down just a tiny little bit. All right, and then I'm just going to loop this like that, and we're just going to tie a knot. I'm not going to make it a bow. I'm going to do a knot. So would that be a faux knot? All right. But it looks like you wrapped it around, but you didn't. All right. Now I didn't put a greeting on the front because you don't always have to put a greeting on the front. I didn't even put any embellishments or anything because we've got this really pretty designer series paper. Now I put this checkered ribbon here. Or gingham, or whatever. Is it checkered? Is it gingham? You know me. It is check. It's check. It could be gingham. It's whatever, but I love that ribbon. So we've got our ribbon there. So to me, it doesn't really need the greeting. It does not need any embellishments because it's just got so much going on and everything. So I did a card earlier, so I want you to tell me which you like better. So you can leave a comment below or, during the video. So it's the same card. I just did it the different direction. And I changed the ribbon. Now this ribbon, that's why I always say, always go to the last chance list. They don't call it the clearance rack anymore. Now I've got myself out of focus or whatever because I got too close to the camera. All right, so we'll let it figure itself out. There we go. Now this is retired ribbon, but it does look super cute on here. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to do one with some retired because you may even have this in your stash. But always go to that last chance list so you can, get this stuff. But this ribbon, is available or whatever. But anyways, so let me know which one you like. I mean, they're basically the same thing on the inside. This one just goes along the edge. But I love both of them. And like I said, I don't think you need a greeting all the time on the front of a card. All right, so hang on. Let me say, see you later, alligator. Or you could finish the card, like these cards are done, and maybe, you have them all the way finished, and then all of a sudden you go, oh my gosh, I need a card for, so-and-so, and then you could, stamp a little greeting and put it on the front, but the card was already done. So, because a lot of times I'll leave the card like empty on the inside, maybe you just say thinking of you on the outside. But if you just finish the card, no greeting, unless of course it's stamped on there, right? Like, because you don't want to stamp on something after it's all put together in case you boo-boo it, and then you're like, oh my gosh, I have ruined the card. But because sometimes I don't know what I need the card for, but I love either direction for these. So let me know what you think. And so thanks for spending some time with me today. And I will see you Friday for my Dies shorts. That will be at 3 o'clock Arizona time, same channel. Thanks so much, everybody, and I will see you Friday. All right. Bye for now.